This subject may sound controversial. Where does the mother's heart come from? It comes from the Creator, the designer of female, and it is rooted in the nature and character of God. Before we advance, we need to make a distinction between a metaphor and a simile. A metaphor says that the whole of one thing is the same as the whole of another thing. A simile says that a part of one thing compares or is similar to the part of another thing. To affirm that God is a mother is a metaphor, and that is heretical and is actually a pagan concept, not biblical. On the other hand, we find throughout the Bible the simile that God is like a mother. That's the biblical concept. In Romans 1:19 through 20, Paul makes the argument that God reveals his existence and something of his divine nature through his works, his creation. The Bible is God's special revelation, but creation is God's common revelation, available to all people. A woman's body was made for both a functional and a transcendent purpose. It is to reveal something of the nature of God because he has revealed both his existence and his character through the things that he has made. God reveals something about himself through his names. He is God, El Shaddai, the Alpha and the Omega, the Prince of Peace. But one of his names is compassion. It is said that Exodus 34:6-7 is the longest name of God in the Bible. And in this passage where he identifies himself, he says, I am the compassionate and gracious God. The Hebrew word compassion is racham, and it means to love, to have mercy, to be compassionate, to have tender affection. 30 times the word is translated as mercy. 4 times it's translated as compassion. And 4 times it is translated as womb, the place of compassion. Womb love speaks of God's compassion. The nurturing breasts speak of God's sufficiency. One of the names of God is El Shaddai, and it means the all-sufficient one, the satisfier, the Almighty. This name is found 48 times in the Old Testament. It comes from the root word shad, and that means breast. El, the God. God is the breasted God, as it were. God is the one who nourishes, who supplies, who satisfies. The mother's arms speak of God's protection. We see this illustrated in Psalm 91:4, where it says, He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. In this text, the place of protection is not exemplified as a fortress or anything like it. It's under the shadow of the Almighty, under the wings and feathers that we are safe. Rachaf is the Hebrew word that helps us understand why we have protection under his wings. Rachaf means to brood, to flutter, or to move. When you think of a mother bird that comes and lands on the nest and settles in over the eggs or flaps her wings over the baby chicks to circulate the air, this is that word. So when we look at all the beauty, compassion, and protection of a mother, we're looking right at God's attributes. We're looking at the maternal heart of God.